Stop applying to every job you find. I know that sounds like the worst advice possible when you are desperate for something to work. Applying to everything that feels remotely connected to what you've done is not a strategy. It is a wish. Don't make the mistakes I did. When I was laid off, I did what used to work. 25 applications in 1 week, 17 versions of my resume sent everywhere. I was doing everything right, and all I got was crickets. Not because I was unqualified, because I was asking the wrong question entirely. I was asking, what job do I want, when I should have been asking, who has to hire me right now? That question changes everything. And there is a specific signal, something almost no candidate knows exists, that tells you a company does not just want to hire, they have to. I'm Christy Williamson, senior recruiter with 10+ years experience placing candidates coast to coast. I've worked with thousands of brilliant professionals who were unemployed for months because they targeted companies the wrong way. Today, that changes for you. I'm sharing 3 things you can do today in less than 5 minutes to switch from a wish to a recruiter strategy that will work for you. Here's what shifts when you change your question. We know companies spend an inordinate amount of time defining exactly who they want to hire, looking at skills they need, how candidates fit into the culture while performing the job. They know the experience level, the soft skills, the culture fit, every detail. But what candidate takes that same intentional approach to defining what they want in an employer? Almost none. When you don't know who you are looking for, you apply to everything that comes up. And nothing fits quite right. You feel desperation creeping in, mentally running down a rabbit hole of what you need, deadlines coming up, what bills are not paid, what obligations you may miss out on. And unfortunately, that desperation comes through in everything, even when you are trying to hide it. This sabotages you before you say a single word. Here is what changes when you switch your question and decide to build what I call an ideal employer profile. You stop feeling like you are at the mercy of whoever will give you the time of day. You start showing up as someone who is selective, confident, someone who knows their value and is choosing where to bring it. That energy, hiring managers feel it before you say a single word. You've been in a room when someone confident and charismatic walked in, and the energy shifted. Everyone wanted to be closer to them. That can be you. Before you apply to another job, do this first one immediately. Answer this one question in 30 seconds. Do not overthink this. Where have you done your best work, and what made that environment different? That answer is the beginning of your ideal employer profile. Start there tonight. Answer this one question. It changes everything. Next, let me show you what this can look like, and how knowing who you want to work for can give you an advantage. Michael knew who he wanted to work for, the type of positions he excels in, but was not the hiring manager's ideal candidate on paper. He interviewed fairly well, but he did not have the most industry experience or all of the desired certifications others had. He was not the obvious first or second choice. Here's what he did that stood out. He showed kindness to the front desk receptionist, thanking her for taking the time to bring him a cup of coffee. She was having a particularly hard day. His genuine gratitude meant a lot. He held the door for women entering the office, not knowing one would be his future boss's manager. And the story he shared about why he was looking changed everything. This was his biggest game changer. He was laid off because he needed additional time to care for his ailing mother. He'd used all of his vacation time and PTO and needed more until the doctor said she could stay on her own again. His prior boss allowed him as much time as he could, but couldn't hold the job for him any longer. This current hiring manager had experienced something similar and truly knew how that felt. That story, combined with his kindness, authentic attitude, and that he had served in the same military branch as his new boss and knew some of the same people, put him ahead of more qualified applicants. These are the reasons they chose him. Connections closed the deal that qualifications alone could not. Take 2 minutes. Before your next interview, do the one thing that Mike did. Look up the hiring manager on LinkedIn. Find one genuine point of connection, a shared employer, a cause they care about, a branch of military service, pets or animals they mention or share videos about. Pick just one you can connect with. Do this today. Don't wait. your research starts immediately. Now, the secret I promised you. One of the most powerful tips that almost no candidate is looking for. This one is truly a game changer. If you want to catapult your job search exponentially and give yourself the truly unfair advantage, look for companies that have just raised a funding round. When a company closes a significant funding round, they now have an obligation they often cannot fulfill with their current team alone. Significant funding means they have new investors, contracts to fulfill, or a big new client. This means they have new deadlines, new deliverables, and they must hire to meet these obligations quickly. At this point, they don't just want to hire, they have to. That distinction is huge, because when you show up as the solution to a problem they have or will face soon, you are not any average applicant anymore. You are a resource they need. Carve out 90 seconds. Do this today. Set a Google alert for your industry, plus the words funding round. That one step puts you ahead of most candidates applying to the same opening, because most are only applying to jobs that are posted on job boards. However, you are showing up where the need is right now, ahead of the curve. As you search, pay particular attention to companies who look like they'll be closing a funding round soon. Earlier I mentioned how desperation comes through, even when you try to hide it. These 3 steps are how to flip that quickly. When you know who you're looking for, you've researched and identified that company has fresh funds, and then show up as a solution to a specific problem, your energy is completely different. This is the secret that can truly be life-changing. Showing up as their needed solution means you are not asking for a job. No, instead, you're stepping in as a premium solution to a costly corporate problem. Hiring managers feel that difference from the start, and it changes how they see you before you say a single word. You now know what most candidates will never know. The job market is not about putting out as many applications as you can, like you would if you were playing the lottery. Instead, it is about crafting a value-driven strategy that puts you at the very top of the list of hiring managers with obligations they must fulfill. And you now have the first game-changing steps to get started. If someone you know is struggling with finding a job right now, send this to them. They need this too. My goal is to help as many people as possible find their next ideal position, showing you that even if things are competitive, you can still get ahead. The complete strategy, the ideal employer profile system, all 3 signals, and the full connection checklist are in a book I created to help you with each of these. Link is in the description. And if you want the complete strategy, resumes, LinkedIn, interviews, and negotiation, where you and the hiring manager both feel like you've won, the full free masterclass is linked right here.